Hey y'all, welcome to Pretty and Practical, where we test viral trends to see if they work in real life. And today we will be testing the viral crochet install, the feather crochet as they like to call it. And this hair is from Hot Braids. I am going to be installing their Yaki texture, honey, with a sprinkle of some kinky, you know what I'm saying? Because we like a little texture, just a little bit. Okay, now let's get into this hair color. So I ended up using the light Yaki texture from Hot Braids, and it colored so beautifully. I used no bleach, L'Oreal High Color Soft Auburn on top, and Golden Ginger on the bottom. And guys, this color combo ate down. I'm not gonna lie, I've been eyeing this one for quite some time. I've seen so many iterations of the installs, and you know, there was a few that piqued my interest. I was like, wait a second, this is giving sewing. But I do think the techniques have improved so much, but I had to tweak it. I had to throw a little teased black pearl stank on it, you know what I'm saying? Because I have a very unique hairline, very fine edges, and my hair is colored and bob length. So we just need to get those extensions as close as possible to the leave out, okay? Now the star of the show, this braid pattern. Pause this video, screenshot it if you need to. This is going to give you the coverage that you need. Now, if you want to reuse your hair, this may not be the braid pattern for you, but I'm going to be using this closed top weave cap, and I really wish I used this other cap that I just showed you guys because the mesh was a lot finer, and I think it would have gave me the coverage I needed on top of the fact that these holes were too big to do any type of protecting. This is just like performance art, you know what I'm saying? Like, this don't do a damn thing, okay? But it was what I had laying around, and I was being lazy. I didn't feel like molding the the net to my head. If you know, you know. Now, I just want to talk about the quality of these strands. They are full from root to tip, just chef's kiss. So what I basically do is create the anchor track. So you guys know with traditional sew-ins, you do that one track going all the way around, going towards the face. Fine hair babes, check in. I basically crocheted from the second braid underneath the first so that the hair is literally forced towards the face and these very thin edges. All right, now let's get into some things. I have the finest edges known to mankind, and then I have the nerve to want to lighten them. Like, I don't know what it is about that hair in that section. You see how light it is? It just wanted to take the color so well. When you could have gave me the darkness that I got in the crown. I need the darkness around the edges. Anyway, I'm gonna take the hook and put it through the second braid, and then I'm gonna take that hair and crochet it through the first, and that's gonna bring the track really, really close to your leave out. Now, this is almost the equivalent, like I said earlier, to when your hairstylist takes a track and sews it underneath that first braid, that anchor braid, just to make sure you get that coverage. Because I noticed when I was watching a lot of these crochet videos, okay, and I know how to look very closely, I was noticing some patches, and I was noticing the strategic movement that wasn't happening on camera. And I think coverage is the issue here. Now, I know we're all figuring it out, and this is technology that's new to us. We're gonna figure it out together. I'm essentially gonna repeat this from that starting point all the way to like right above my ear. It just started getting a little complicated. My husband was not home, honey. So while I could have done the back, and I should have done the back, I mean, it really didn't matter because I got really good coverage back there. I just was not, my arms are tired, okay? Grandma not mad, she just hurt, and these arms be hurting. But look at the coverage, look at how seamless that looks and how close it is bringing the extensions to my face. Now, this is exactly what we were going for, and then when you layer it in, it's just gonna be a flawless install. I just like to braid things to keep it neat. I do find that it's easy to grab a little piece of hair that doesn't need to be there. And we want this to be as neat as possible. So now I'm just gonna take hair and start crocheting on the second braid. If you want more fullness, you can absolutely crochet in those gaps on the first row, but I personally think that you need to just focus on overall coverage first, because you think you have a million strands until you don't. You think you have more hair until you don't. And then what? No one is going back in, removing and adding. This is just not that type of party. So again, we got the coverage we needed. I'm very happy here, and I am just going to start doing the same thing on the other side. I did use my rack as if I were just doing some box braids. I don't even know why I have this in my house. Actually, I do. I tried to do box braids and I took them out the next day. But now I'm gonna work on those freestanding braids. And again, what I did differently here that I would advise against you guys doing is spacing it the way that I did. Put them very close together because I did end up going back and adding more hair. I was just really nervous about the weight on the braid. But honestly, I don't know what kind of technology this is, but it really does not feel heavy at all. Even when you brush and comb it, I don't know, but I'm not mad. I did use a little bit of braiding hair in those braids to make it stronger. So, you know, make sure you just follow and do what your hair ask of you, okay? My hair said, girl, we need some reinforcement. So that's what we did. Now I'm just going to start crocheting all across the back. Again, I use like a catacomb. I don't even know what the saying is. Catacorner, what y'all call it? Anyway, just a finger width apart. And I'm going to, stagger. I'm going to stagger them. What am I talking about? Anyway, as I'm doing this, I'm making sure I'm going through and doing a density check. I just want to make sure that I'm not putting too much hair on one side and too little hair on the other side. It's very easy to do that with this type of install. Now, were my arms about to fall off? Absolutely. Was this well worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Now we're just gonna re-rack and get right back. Y'all see what I did there? You see it? And honey, my husband was helping me with this one. And you know, if your man could jump in, this is definitely user-friendly. He got it after just like one example, I promise. Aww. New watch alert. Hugh Blow. Anyway, I just adore this man so much. He was just like, can I help? And I was scared because it's so easy to snag hair, but he did such a good job. Now I'm just going in and filling out those top pieces, as you guys can see. And I did go back in and fill in those gaps. Again, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You see the spaces? No, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, okay? So now I'm going to start with that last track. Now I started about like an inch behind the start of the braid. And then I'm going to take one part of the feather and redirect that towards the front of the braid. And that is going to get the track so close to my edges, y'all. When I tell y'all I thought this was my hair. I am so obsessed with this technique. Now I should have done this like 3 times over, but I was a little scared of putting tension on this little braid, but it wasn't heavy at all. I do not understand the technology, the sorcery of it all. But this really gave me the look that I wanted right at the roots, almost like a microlink style, you know, getting the track super, 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 super close. So we did it. So let's talk about this from a neurospicy lens, because I have come to realize and accept that sometimes hair can be hella overstimulating for me. And I have realized that sew-ins just, one, don't give me enough of the scalp exposure that I need. I need to wash my hair. I have a very heightened nose, so I can smell, a week into a sew-in after working out, I can smell sweat. It doesn't matter how much I wash it. I want to get to my scalp. And I do think that crochet allows you the ventilation for the gym girlies. Like, it is just the lightest install ever. We finally reached the finish line. Look at that blend. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? It was worth it, girl. But now we're just going to get this blown out. And this is what the hair looks like, freshly blown out. This is stunning. Look at the luster. This hair has been colored, chemically treated. It's giving natural. It's giving mine. So this is what the hair looks like again with the 2 colors combined. I'm just so obsessed. And this is what we're looking like after I pressed it out. So you guys can see the difference in the texture and the overall coverage. I did just show you guys, look at my little edges, child. This is a flip over. This is me putting it up. I was able to put it in a ponytail as well. Now let's get into the cutting. I ended up doing, I guess this is like a wolf butterfly style cut. I separated the hair into 3 sections, cut and feather. I used my crochet tool as like a length measuring tool to make sure that I was cutting the same amount off in each section. And then I just married those layers. And you want to start where your hair ends. I have, again, really short edges in the front, so I just wanted my layer to start where my hair ends. And this was flawless. I mean, y'all know the vibes. We've been here before. Now I'm using thinning shears to basically get those little tiny short pieces to blend in with mine. This is also, if you know, you know. I ended up using my Bellamy 1-inch barrel curler. This is from Amreezy's collection, and I set the hair with my Got To Be Glued wax spray. I just love the spray. And we're gonna set it overnight with our overnight rollers. And we're gonna set it, forget it, wake up looking pretty, wake up looking like a doll, baby, and I don't know. I mean, look at the material. Now, I did end up in going lighter because I'm just a colorholic. I just couldn't stick with the chocolate and I just had to go lighter. But I'm obsessed with how close I was able to get the hair to my natural hair. I went in with my big, sexy hair weatherproof frizz control because as soon as I wanted to leave my edges out, the humidity wanted to ramp up. We forsake you in the name of Jesus. But this ended up looking so good. I was blasting Monoleo, just feeling myself too much now. Is this pretty impractical? How will we rate this feather crochet? Let's get into it. Install time. Now, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It's easy in a sense, but it is tedious. So it's gonna take some time and focus. But you can watch your show and do this, which is the best part once you're done with the perimeter. And then once you get into a rhythm, it just flows. So 7 out of 10. Maintenance. Now, baby, this is where the crochet really shines. And I have to give her a 9.5 out of 10. I would say that this is a very easy and low maintenance hairstyle if you choose the right texture. Now, the Yaki is going to be your lowest maintenance. Kinky is going to require a little bit more straightening and blow drying. If you want a lower maintenance texture, you can choose that. They have a wide variety of textures, but in its totality, you can put this up in a ponytail, half up, half down. You can do a flip over. I mean, you can do 2 buns. Like, it's just so versatile, and I just love that I can access my scalp, y'all. That leads me to sensory comfort for the newer spicy girlies. This is so lightweight. It really feels like you have nothing in your hair. Like, it almost gives you, I don't know, it's a little bit of a mind fudge because you know you have this hair attached to your braids, but it does not have the same weight as a sew-in, the same tension as a sew-in. I mean, you can flip this thing around as soon as you're done. It is flawless. I was able to apply my sacred drops, okay? For the gym, great. It will be sensory friendly if you choose the right texture. That's all I'm gonna say. Choose a texture close to your hair, either straightened or curly, and it'll be just like you just have extra hair growing out of your scalp. Would I do it again? Absolutely. I cannot wait for my next crochet. I think I'm gonna go back to curly. What I will say is for coverage, it is a little bit more tricky to get it. If you want that bust down sew-in look, you have to finesse and you have to use my technique. If you don't use this technique, it is impossible to cover the feather or threads at the top of your leave out without having to put clip-ins or like a track, and that just defeats the whole purpose, right? So you're gonna probably have to do this method and just be very careful with you brushing, especially with the ones that are in your leave out, because they are on a very tiny braid and you don't want to rip them out, okay? Let's talk takedown. This is not going to be the ideal braid down if you want to reuse your hair. Now, it can be done, but you will need help. As your braids get fuzzier, it will get harder to see the little knots. Now me, I personally probably wouldn't reuse crochet hair. You'll need someone with some glasses with a little light on it. You can get it on Amazon and they're gonna have to basically pick out each strand. I don't make the rules, guys. Sometimes you gotta give up certain things to get certain things. I definitely feel like this is worth it. I'm gonna tap into my inner tease black pearls. I need her to come to the front, and I'm gonna try to figure out a braid pattern that will allow the knots to just slip out as you take them out. But I feel like once the hair gets old, it gets tricky anyway. I do know I'm new to the crochet world, y'all, so y'all can leave some tips and tricks also. But I know usually they do not prefer like really neat tight braids, but I'm just the old school fool. I don't know how else to do it, okay? I can't do loose braids because I feel like I'm crocheting on my strands. Like, I don't know how to do that, okay? So crochet installs officially pass the pretty and practical test with a score of 9 out of 10, okay? Because she eats down. This is not the crochet of yesteryear, okay? If y'all can't get a sewing honey, you can get her. So be sure to comment below any trends that you want me to try. This can be anything from makeup to nails, press-ons, hair, hair techniques, hairstyles, hair colors. Whatever you guys want to try and put to the test, comment below and I will get on it because this is for us. Whatever, let's have fun again. Life is getting really, really serious. And so is my age. But we here and we're back and we're having fun. I just really want to have fun again on this channel, and shout out to Hot Braids. I am so impressed. The quality is amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one.